That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, The Accountant opened wide this weekend.
Yeah.
Now, I had a chance to see it a couple of weeks ago. We already did our review of it. It's a lot of fun. Go see The Accountant, guys. I had a really good time with it. But another movie opened this weekend, Until Dawn. The little horror video game movie adaptation came out. And I confess the trailers look kind of fun. So last night, I decided to go, and Ray went too.
Yeah.
Decided to go check it out. Here are my thoughts of Until Dawn. It's not a very good movie, but it was fun. I had fun with it. And you know what? I'm not surprised at all going to Rotten Tomatoes and seeing that it's basically split. About half the critics like it, a little over half, 54% right now. About half of them didn't. And that's exactly right where I kind of expected it to be after I saw it. Because listen, I said in my Out of the Theater review, does this movie do anything particularly smart? No. Does this movie do anything particularly creative? No. Does this movie add anything to like bring something new to the horror genre? No. Is almost every horror movie trope you can possibly think of, including multiple uses of the phrase, I'll go check it out, which is the stupidest thing to say in a horror movie. Absolutely dumbest thing to say in a horror movie. All the cliches, kind of an uninspired climax. Like the way they ultimately resolve everything was a little bit underwhelming, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the kills were creative. There was some legitimately pretty funny moments. The gore was top notch. Full marks for the gore. The gore was really, really good. Some decent, like you can't have a horror movie like this without some jump scares. I had a couple of decent little jump scares. The creature designs were all pretty good. And so when you combine that with some classic horror tropes, the gore, the creativity in the kills, all that kind of stuff, I would be lying if I did. I would be dishonest if I didn't say that I actually kind of had fun watching it. Now, would I wholeheartedly recommend this film? No, not wholeheartedly. But if you're somebody who's kind of in the market for just a dumb, fun, 90s style B-grade horror film with some great kills and some laughs and stuff like that, this could be a decent night out. Now, I will say that I saw another critic, I think it was Jeremy Johns, who said that, here's the thing. It's hard to really get into a movie like this when you legitimately don't like any of the characters. And I gotta say, that's completely accurate. I didn't particularly like any of the characters.
Yeah, but
like none of them were particularly likable.
But they played what they were supposed to play, that type of personality.
They each played a stereotype.
They played it well, at least,
character.
well enough. You just didn't like.
The performances were fine.
Yeah.
The performances were fine. They just didn't write the characters to be particularly likable. And so it's hard to get like really into it. So now I wanted to touch on this, saying that, it's not a great movie. It's got a lot of weaknesses, but at the end of the day, it was actually kind of fun and I enjoyed it. But as I knew the moment that I posted my Out of Theater review, because I've seen it all over the place, is this thing of, it's not even the game. It shouldn't even be a movie. If it's not accurate to the game, then it sucks and blah, blah, blah. Listen, what I would say to that is this. I and 97% of the general movie-going audience had never played and never heard of this game. I'd never heard of this game. Now, I'm not a hardcore gamer, but I dabble in gaming. So I'm kind of an average person, right? I never even heard of it. Its ability to be just like the game is irrelevant. I know people who are fans of the game don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. It's irrelevant. The movie is the movie. The game is the game. You have to be able to judge everything on its own merits. And as somebody who just went into this movie Until Dawn and knew nothing about the game, had not even heard of the game before this movie was coming out, I gotta say it's kind of fun. I agree. It's about a 54%. It's right around half the critics like it, half it don't. Fully expect that. It's kind of fun. I don't give a shit what the game is. I really don't. Because if I cared about what the game is, Last night, I would have downloaded the game on my PS5 if it's on PS5, and I would have done that. But I don't care about it. I cared about going to see a movie. And so I evaluate it in terms of a movie. And then I get these people say, but it's an adaptation. Doesn't matter. Even if it is an adaptation, you still need to judge it on its own merits. If we wanted to follow your logic, then let's look at Captain America Civil War, a movie that many people consider one of the best comic book movies ever made. It is very much not at all like the Civil War comic book story. It's got thematic similarities, sure, but it's completely different. Do we then go, well, then Civil War sucks. Why call it Civil War if it's not going to be just... Because it's a movie. It's taking inspiration from the comic book story, but they made their own movie and made it as good as they can. With Until Dawn, they took inspiration from it. They even had some cast people from the game in the movie, and they clearly took inspiration from it. I asked a friend of mine last night who saw my Out of the Theater review, and he was talking about the game because he had played the game. And I asked him this question because he mentioned it's really not like the game at all. I said, okay, but let me ask you this question. If the movie wasn't called Until Dawn and you went to go see that movie, would you have thought of Until Dawn? He said, yeah, honestly, I would have. I said, well, that's enough. That's enough to me. So again, I don't give a shit if it's like the game or not. I went to see a movie to see a movie, and the movie was okay. If it was just like the game, that doesn't make the movie any better. If it was completely different from the game, that doesn't make it any worse. It is what it is. So I just thought it was kind of an interesting case study on that. What did you think about it?
Well, we're gonna hear that a lot from anything from PlayStation Productions. I mean, they said that about Gran Turismo. They said that about Uncharted.
And Gran Turismo was really enjoyable. I liked Gran Turismo.
I've enjoyed everything, even including this movie. What this movie doesn't, it's a hodgepodge of everything. There's like a Happy Death Day, obviously.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of Descent, a little bit of a werewolf, a little bit of Exorcist. It's every horror type of movie
that they can cram in there.
Escape room. They even have inner conflict like The Mist. I mean, but it doesn't do any of those like beyond, like it doesn't exceed, you know.
Well, they can't possibly because they try to touch on so many horror tropes. You don't have time to really make any of them elevate because you're moving from one to the other really quickly.
And that's one of the important things. It's only an hour, 43 minutes. If I say you should go see it, if you've seen Sinners, if you've seen Minecraft, you've seen all the big releases, this is a good layover movie until the next big release, I think.
I think that's a good thing.
For your friends and couples, whatever, it's an enjoyable enough movie for you to actually go see.
I would echo that. I would say that, listen, what would I recommend you go see right now in theaters tonight? First, I would say go see Sinners. Second, I would say go see The Accountant. Third, I would say go see Minecraft, if for no other reason than it's a big part of the pop cultural conversation right now. And then fourth, I might recommend go to see this movie.
I don't know. Warfare's got to be in there too.
Yeah, Warfare's got to be in there too. Yeah, Warfare's going to be in there.
I would go Warfare over Minecraft, and then
yeah, absolutely, Warfare over Minecraft. But so it's down on the list. I'm not telling anybody they should rush out and see it. I'm simply saying that if you do go see it, get a bucket of popcorn, sit back. Bring some friends. It's not very long, and I think you might have some fun if you enjoy that sort of thing. Anyway, guys, the question is for you: what do you think about Until Dawn? Did you have a chance to see it? It's now in theaters. Are you even interested in seeing it? Whatever you guys thought, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.